Are you ready to lock your hair away for weeks or months, or you're just planning it, you have it in mind? Hold on a bit. Before you jump into that long-term protective style, there are some crucial things that you need to know. So let's make sure that you're not making any mistake that could set your hair back instead of pushing it forward. So this is a word of advice before going in on a long-term protective style. Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joy and I love to share tips on natural hair care, growth and protective styling. Today, I want to give you some critical advice before you go into that long-term protective style that could save you from major hair issues down the line. So I know some people are thinking, long-term protective style, is it worth it? Can I do this? Am I able to cope, with all that comes with keeping your hair in a long-term protective style? Well, who better to tell you what to expect and what to do and what not to do than someone who has gone on that same journey and has had experience with long-term protective styling. So number one thing that you don't want to make any mistake on is prepping your hair like it's your last chance. Before you go on that long-term protective style, you want to make sure that you prep your hair, all the tender loving care that your hair needs. You have to be very, very intentional and serious with it. So before you put your hair away for weeks, for months, make sure you deep condition, shampoo, cleanse. If possible, use a sulfate shampoo. I know we don't like to use sulfate shampoo, but once in a while, you want to use that to cleanse your hair from every form of build-up, products I've been using for years. So then deep condition as much as possible, moisturize like there's no tomorrow, and if your hair isn't properly hydrated, locking it into a style for weeks or even months will only cause breakage when you are about to take that style down. So you want to make sure you prep your hair as much as possible before you lock your hair away. So number two, don't skip the trim. Trust me on this one, if your ends are split or damaged, it's going to get worse. While your hair is eating away, it's going to get worse. So a quick trim can make a huge difference in your hair and the overall health of your hair after you take down your style. So before you put that style on to get ready to go for weeks and months without touching your hair, make sure you get a trim. If you know that you have split ends, single strand knot, get a trim. I know not everyone believes in trimming their hair, but sis, get a trim so you don't end up with more damage than you went in with. The third thing I like to say is that you choose style that allows access to your scalp. You need to nourish your scalp while in those protective styles. So even when your hair is protected, you need styles that will help you access and nourish your scalp with oils and scalp massaging, just to keep it healthy. So think cornrows, braids, and braids with space and twists as well if you're thinking about protective styling. I'm not for those styles that just keeps your scalp hidden, you can't have access to it to take care of it. No, I'm not for those kind of styles. Number four, be realistic about your time. So I've been there, some of us have been there. So you want to keep your style for months, but remember, the longer you leave it in, the higher the risk of tangles, matting and damage. So be mindful of your time limit for each style. For me, I stretch up to 6 months. I'll be taking my hair down soon, just finding a perfect timing for that. But if you know you can't do that, don't do it. Your own long-term protective style might just be 2 weeks, it might just be 3 weeks, it might just be 1 month. So make sure you're going at a pace that you are able to curtail and be ready to take care of your hair. Then number 5, protection at night. So even while in your protective style, you still need to protect your hair while you're asleep. Invest in silk or satin pillowcase, bonnets. I can't overemphasize this because this helps you to reduce friction and preserve the style, so your hair don't get matted and old quickly. So you have to be cautious of that as well. If you follow these tips, not only will your style last, but your hair will also thrive underneath. Don't forget to protect your hair as much as possible. And one secret that has helped me to maintain the length of my hair is tucking the ends of my hair away. Now I know we want to enjoy the length of our hair, we want to flaunt it, but guys, I always say protective styling, especially long-term protective styling, is not for the weak. So if truly indeed length retention is a thing for you, that you want to see your hair achieve, then you have to do the needful. You have to do things that might not necessarily be what you want or what you love to, but you just have to do it because you want length retention. So one thing must give. If you want length retention, you're going to tuck the ends of your hair away. If you don't want length retention, of course, flaunt your length, just leave your hair out and do all those stuff that a lot of people do to their hair. But trust me, if length retention, keeping those lengths that you've gained, that you've accumulated, is something that you want to see, then you have to tuck the ends of your hair away. This bonus tip is something that a lot of people have been asking questions around, and it's how often do I rebraid my mini braids. So like I said, for this particular 6 months I've been on this mini braids, I've not really been doing a lot of rebraiding. I just pick out some of the braids that I feel they are too matted together, so I just pick them out and redo them, maybe one, maybe two, here and there. But my overall hair, I've rebraided once, that was 3 months ago, and my edges I've rebraided maybe like 4 times, just the front roll of my hair, of my edges. So yeah, aside from that, I have not done anything. I'm sure there are some braids that have not been touched for like 3 months. So yeah, it all depends. This is all I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. Please take note of these tips that I've shared with you if you are planning on long-term protective style. Those are my top piece of advice for you before you jump into any long-term protective style. And also, let me know in the comment section what are your to-go long-term protective style that you feel is going to help you to retain length. Let me know in the comment section and let's talk about it. Okay guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more hair care tips. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.